So, what we are going to do is we're going to change things up a little bit. We're going to try this and see if this tickles anybody's taint, Brian, because it's almost impossible to describe to people who didn't see this what went on, and it was impossible to write down notes that quickly on what all was fucking up. And it just has to be seen to be believed. So, what we are going to do is we are going to do a watch along of this fucking match that they presented on national television that was an embarrassment to the wrestling business. And if you all out there in podcast land or YouTube land or internet land would like to watch along, then I think that's the only way that this match would ever be remotely in any way entertaining.
Well, I think it's a good idea. Like I said before, while I was watching this match, the BCC versus the LIJ, while I was watching this match and thinking of all the other letters I could incorporate into a match, I did say to myself I would love to hear Jim do commentary because it was such a mess. And sometimes you skip past that stuff. Sometimes you go, and it was garbage and I fast. But this one was so bad, I almost wanted you to break it down. And
I would have normally skipped this, but luckily I somehow got sucked into this vortex. But anyway, explain to the people the technical part, since this is your program, of how we're going to do this thing there where they can watch this on the tape and listen to us on the Raycons or whatever.
Right. Well, here's what we're going to do. We have access to AEW Dynamite from last night. Of course, last night as we are recording was June 26, 2024. And it's a 6-man match. The BCC versus the LIJ. And we're going to start your review of this, Jim, when the bell actually rings. So there isn't a jump start. The two teams are in their two corners.
Right. And remember, folks, again, you have to listen to what Sockface says when the Japanese version of the Los Fuckers and Goobers are on their way to the ring, because this is the biggest line of gibberish, made-up words, and unintelligible caca that I've ever heard in my life while he's trying to get these fucking guys over.
Well, we won't be playing that audio here because...
No, because you got to listen to that. Then you're going to listen to us while you watch the visual part of the shitty stuff.
Plus, we have a no Excalibur rule. That guy completely sucks. But, Jim, let's now go to this video, or at least let's watch this video. Everyone can watch along. BCC versus LIJ.
Starting when the bell rings.
We're going to start when the bell rings. Countdown from 5, and then I'll actually say press play now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play now.
Boom, and there's the bell. And now watch these. Watch this. I got to get this fucking volume out of my ear. There we go. It's like Claudio is afraid he's going to hurt this guy. Because, and I would be too, because is this another one of these 50-year-old broken down ex-Japanese? Look at the headlock. He's like, ooh, I don't want to hurt your neck. Watch when he shoots Claudio off. His head just pops out of the thing before he even... Now watch the forearms. They're hitting air. They are not touching each other. Look. It's not even close. They're hitting air in front of each other.
Takagi's 41 years old.
Oh, good Lord. And the second European uppercut actually made some noise. But again, can Takagi, is he able to bend over? Or is that kind of, gone past him? Because look, he's standing straight up on a hip toss. But why do they do the forearm shit? That's the worst I've ever seen, but we'll see many more examples in this match, and it all sucks. And now who we got? Useless, and who's this? Takahashi?
I will get his name for you in a moment, but
they're doing square dancing into a fucking kung fu movie at 100 miles an hour. And again, they're running 100 miles an hour, but when they hit each other, they're barely touching. And then, now watch, they will not know which way to shoot wheel her off here. Look, they can't figure out which way to, back, front. Oh, here we go.
And he just turns around.
Yeah, he just turned around for him so they could figure it out.
You say people are small. He really is. He has no frame for a wrestler when you watch him.
No, watch this. Watch this. Wait a minute. The Mexican guy is going to do a clothesline and fall out of the ring and bust his ass on the floor. Boom, and there he goes, right there. Oh, shit. Did anybody see me fall down? No, I'll just climb back in real quick. I'll come off the top rope. Boom, and what the fuck? Can they slow down?
Just roll.
So that anybody could goddamn recognize what's going on here?
That's Titan, by the way. Titan.
Look. He dove out of the ring on the fucking guy, and look at Yuta took his own bump. He threw him back in so fast that the Japanese referee is from New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's apparently almost as tall as the top rope. And it's just a video game bunch of bullshit with these guys at 100 miles an hour and nobody can process.
And you brought up that people should hear the commentary. Danielson's on commentary with all the charisma of Bruno Sammartino in the late 80s on commentary.
Oh, boy. And Bruno was a living legend, but not as a broadcaster. Now, look at this fucking guy. Pip, 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 cheerio. Claudio just said, fuck it, I'll just stagger. And then he fucking skins the cat onto the top rope. Claudio turns, but he ain't got his balance yet, so Claudio has to stagger. Now he jumps, but thankfully, he only weighs 116 pounds, so Claudio caught him. And by the way, who are the baby faces and who are the heels? The hometown BBC, the people cheer them, or are they just cheering the Trogs? Are they cheering Wild Thing? Or are they cheering the BBC? Because they're the baby faces. These other guys are supposed to be the heels. But now they're going to get fucking heat on the goddamn heels. And then the fucking heels are going to have a comeback here. And I don't know what they're doing. By the way, this is the commercial break for folks in the United States. So immediately Moxley, it's picture in picture, so I've seen it. But Moxley takes the guy out and puts him in a chair and just starts punching him. And now everybody's just walking around outside the ring, not doing any goddamn thing. What's
the referee doing? Why isn't he counting? Considering what the finish is, why is any of this happening?
Because they're in the commercial break. So for these 4,000 people in this building where they can't usually sell that many tickets, they're just jacking off. And Moxley's trying to take the fucking Mexican guy's mask off or whatever. But again, this is all in the commercial break in the States. And they're just killing time, beating up this child-size Mexican mini. And in a minute, when they come back, you'll see that immediately they'll kick up a notch with their pace. And I understand grabbing a hold during a commercial break, but just wandering around outside for no reason and just jacking off when they're in the state they're in with selling tickets to these live people. This is just brutal. Now they're doing old fucking wishbone spots and a chin lock. It goes from 100 miles an hour to fuck, let's bore them out of the building. But meanwhile, the baby faces are getting heat on the heels instead of the other way around. I don't know what the fuck. Who is supposed to be the heels here? That's a question for you.
I can't answer that. I cannot answer that.
And look now, this guy is. Claudio at least can still do the big swing. But again, not hard when you've got a child in your arms.
Yuta on the apron looks like a fan won a contest.
Well, yes, because, he was out for quite a while. He had the opportunity to drink some milkshakes or something, gain some weight. And so, nevertheless, we're still watching this. I hope that everybody is enjoying the picture-in-picture, because this is what was... The point of this, what the fuck? The people are sitting there like they're in a library. And it just staring at what's going on. Okay, now I believe, yes, they did. They just came back from commercial in America, so naturally Moxley throws the guy to the floor. And he throws him kind of half-ass over the railing and then walks off. What the fuck was that for? And then the mini is going to stop Moxley here and make a hot tag to one of the other heels here in a second. Oh, first he's got to stop Claudio and fall on his fucking ass. Trying to do the double stomp off of fucking Claudio's back. Now the baby faces stop the heels from making a hot tag. I can't believe I'm saying these words.
I don't think they're the heels. You can't call them the heels.
Well, and did you see that when he did the back bend to duck Moxley's clothesline and suddenly was frozen there and Moxley stared at him dumbfounded? Okay, the hot tag by the heels. And the other guy comes in. Is this Takagi again?
This is Takagi.
Okay, and he makes a big comeback. And again, fake forearms. What the fuck? Why are they doing that over and over? Is it now Takagi's he's gonna beat up Claudio, and there's Moxley, and boom. And now watch this Three Stooges spot. I can't even describe it, but Moxley and Claudio run into each other, and then he clotheslines both of them. They don't sell it, so he drops both of them on their head. This unknown fat fucking Japanese guy is beating up two of their top stars, and now there's Useless in, and the same thing. Old Shingo there's kicking the shit out of everybody. We'll see him Sunday, and then hopefully and probably never again, but he looks better than all the homegrown talent. And now watch this.
And we heard from people in the building that said the crowd was dead for LIJ.
Well, looky here. 12 fake forearms that neither one of them sells traded back and forth. Then here comes a couple clotheslines that they don't sell either. And then the first time that Shingo sells something is going to be a goddamn nose bite. Look, clothesline, pop up, clothesline the other guy. Pop up, clothesline the other guy. Finally, Moxley, I'll bite his nose. What the fuck is going on? And then he don't sell that. And what the fuck is this do-si-do back and forth?
I'm laughing because you can't call this. You can't
call it. And then I think simultaneous cold tags are coming up. Yes, we'll have simultaneous cold tags to Useless and the other Japanese fellow who are going to come in and exchange 14 more forearms that nobody sells, and then some more shit that doesn't work on either guy, just back and forth. Look at what the fuck? Look, he hit him in the face 6 times, and now they're just running back and forth at 100 miles an hour. It looks like the worst wrestling school tryout fucking match that's ever been held, where you start teaching them what not to fucking do. Oh my God. Oh my God. So we're about to put old Wheeler away here, because of course he is the weak link on the team. And I believe that we're almost done with this, by the way, it looks like. Yeah, here we go. The Japanese guy's about to put Wheeler away, and Moxley, babyface, brings in a chair and fucking cracks the guy, disqualification. Now they have a sloppy, look at these punches in this fight. Did you see the masked guy almost tackled Aubrey out of the ring trying to grab Claudio and then jumped up on Claudio's back? Claudio doesn't notice. And now they're all swinging at each other and nobody's connected with anything. One guy's front face locked Useless, it looks like, just to slow him down. Was that? Oh, I thought it was Aubrey. It's a Japanese referee that bailed out. I'm saying it looked like Aubrey.
Well, now we have a big surprise, obviously.
Oh, well, now, yes. Now, while they're still fighting, here comes a video with music of this guy is Naito, right?
He is Naito.
Okay, well, why was he trying to pry his right eye open when he comes out?
He has bad contact lenses.
And by the way, there's still people fighting at ringside. This guy is slow to come out. But yes, look, he's trying to pry. I mean, the viewers are trying to pry their eyes open with toothpicks. But why is he trying to pry? Is he got a monocle we can't see? So now Naito's starting to take his clothes off. And Moxley's going to run to him. And Brian, I just want you to watch. As soon as they tackle each other, they're going to start trading fake forearms. What is the fascination with this? That it looks so bad, so embarrassing. And by the way, how old is this guy? 56? Do you have any idea what is his age? Or has he just been in bad car wrecks?
42.
Look at, they're hitting each other's biceps. And they're going to fight off. And you don't see them anymore. Because the other guy in the ring is going to beat up Wheeler. So goodbye to them. We'll see y'all later. And the fight is now contended. But we never find out what happened to Claudio or the little Mexican fellow. Where did they go? They've disappeared because these are the only two left. So that's why Danielson has to leave color to come down here and go face to face with Shingo here.
This is the worst. This is what I hate too. The elbow almost near the neck that's supposed to be to the jaw. I don't know what it's supposed to do.
It's supposed to tear your rotator cuff of your shoulder, I guess. I don't know, when you're delivering it, not when you're getting hit with it. So where did Claudio go?
I don't know, but now Danielson's in the ring.
And you know what they're going to do? Nothing. They're going to talk mean to each other and gesticulate and make faces.
It's an amazing career move. Danielson left WWE and said, how do I become the least commercial version of myself? And that's what we got now. Danielson versus Shingo Takagi as part of the Owen Hart tournament at Forbidden Door.
When I talk about a lot of this amateur, fake-looking bullshit and nonsensical match psychology and construction, an example of almost everything that we ever talk about was right there in that one fucking match.
You know,
your closing thoughts.
My closing thoughts, it's beyond the match. Because when matches like that happen, and they happen frequently in AEW, whether it's a Moxley match, whether it's a random 6-man match, whether it's a multi-man match with people who have never appeared on the show before, all of it in front of a dead crowd, it does nothing to help the show. You have these long competitive squash matches that don't cause anyone to be interested in any. No one came out of this and goes, man, I really can't wait for Moxley versus Naito. Nobody came out of this.
I can't remember which one Naito is.
He's the one who fought off with Moxley. That's the point. They're the ones wrestling at the pay-per-view. This big grudge match. The man who makes you want to close your eyes versus the man who tries to open his eye. From the, the hairdo era of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, what is with everybody's hair? And at least conditioner would be their friend also, at least.
You go look at New Japan. Look, I know you can't go back and make things what they were, but go look at New Japan in the 80s or the 90s. And then look at the Americanized or almost wannabe Americanized version of it now. And it's just,
yeah,
the looks of the wrestlers and just what it's trying to be. But anyway, this match was extraordinarily bad, but it's not unique. But it kills the show because we keep getting more and more things like this and they don't recognize it's the problem. Wheeler Yuta should not be getting any focus on this show. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous. Put him in Ring of Honor. You really believe in him that much. So, yeah, those are my closing thoughts. Awful match. But entertaining because of it.
Well, anyway, hopefully that was a learning moment, teaching lesson, teaching moment. What does the kids say? Hopefully you learned something if you watch that and listen to us at the same time, what not to do. Kids and fellow aspiring wrestlers out there. Anyway,